Yo, what is going on, guys? This is the Ecom boss, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the top 7 niches where you should do your product research right now. I've been noticing a trend lately of which niches that are starting to perform better than the other ones. So we're coming here with a 2021 updated list on the best niches to sell in right now. Some of these niches you're probably selling in already, while there's also going to be a lot of other niches that you would think is bad niche where you could actually make a lot of money. I'm also going to come up with example products that you can take and run right now, so you will get some winning products too, as an example of how a good product looks in those specific niches. So let's get straight into it, and I'll show you the list of the best niches to sell in right now. If you want to join the dropshipping coaching program, you can message me on Instagram here. And for all of you guys that's in the course, I took it down a little. It's up again now. I just had to rework it. The course is up again, so it's linked in the description if you're already a member or if you want to get it. So let's look at niche number 1. So the first thing that I was thinking about while coming up with this list of the best niches to sell in right now is that a lot of people are home, and they're probably going to be home for the next 6 to 12 months too, at least in some countries if you are to sell worldwide. But I just figured that out, that home is probably one of the best places to be in now. So that is why the number 1 best niche to sell in right now, and this is not in a particular order, however I do find this to be the best niche, is home. Home is the best niche. As I said, almost everyone is home, so it just makes sense to sell home products. This makes the home niche super profitable and super good, as it's always been. It's super evergreen niche, and I think this niche is gonna last forever. You could sell cool tools, cool gadgets, just cool home decor in general. People gonna go out of their way to get it, and I've always seen that home decor is one of the best niches to be in, but it's gotta be entertaining decor. It's gotta be cool decor. It can't just be some basic stuff. You need to find your way to stand out when you're in the home niche. Most of my friends are having massive success in the home niche, in me included, and it's kind of always just been my favorite niche. Another good thing is that it's such a broad niche. Like, you can find whatever in the home niche. You could find home appliances, home decor, cool home products, games to play at home. You will just find so much stuff in the home niche, which just makes it a really broad niche. And considering the fact that most people will be at home for a little bit longer, gatherings are really common right now, and this will be gatherings of your really close family, or just you spending more time with your kids or with your parents, for example. Because let's just say you're a family of 4 people and everyone is at home all the time. You guys gotta do something together. My dog's going crazy, it looks like, but you gotta do something together, right? If everyone is at home all the time. So this makes a lot of people buy, for example, games that you could play at home, or just cool things that you can do together with your family. That brings us into niche number 2, which is actually a niche that I've been saying a lot of bad stuff about, but as for now, because of a lot of people being home, the kid niche is really good. And hear me out on this, and smash a like, please, just a thumbs up, and subscribe. So listen, the baby niche, I'm not really calling it the baby niche, more like kids in general. It's a really good niche now because everyone is at home most likely, and their parents is at home. And the problem that you could face when you have a kid is that you're in the middle of a meeting, for example, because you work from home, and the kid always wants your attention. You need to find a way to keep your child occupied while you're working. So for example, an iPad, but I don't look at that as the best way to keep a child occupied, because they're just gonna get addicted to the screen the whole day. But if you're working from home all the time and your child keeps bothering you because you're in meetings, for example, find them a way to keep occupied. They might be bored themselves too while being home, 8 hours a day. So I definitely recommend you to sell in the kid niche. I'm not talking babies, you could sell that too, but I talk more like kids from, for example, let's say 4 to 12 years old. They need something to do while they're at home. And as I said, it's the perfect time for families to just gather together. I'm just saying, like, the closest family, of course, just to have something to do because they're all at home, so they could be playing games together. So I just generally think that, for example, games could be a super good thing to sell right now, and it's been for like the last year. Outdoors, listen to this. I know we're talking a lot about people being home. We're gonna move away from that in a second, but the outdoor niche right now is really good because a lot of people will be at home and they want to upgrade their garden. Another thing I gotta say here is, especially in my country, we can have bigger gatherings if we're outside, which means we can be up to 20 people outside, which you might think is crazy. Just keep in mind the situation is different over here. But we could have 20 people outside while we could only be 5 people inside, which makes outside a super good place to gather people and just have a good time, which means a lot of people will upgrade their garden right now to have guests over where they could play games such as, for example, tennis. I don't know, but if you upgrade your garden right now, it's honestly the perfect time because you could have more people over outdoors, and if you're spending a lot of time at home anyways, you might as well upgrade your garden and just have a good time there. It could also be plants, it could also just be gardening in general, but I find the best path to take here is to make it more like playful and cool garden, especially for kids, but also for parents, where they could play a lot of games together. Healthcare, it's number 4. It will always be one of the best niches and one of the hardest niches. The thing with healthcare is it could be really easy to find a winning product, but once you find a winning product and you're starting to make a lot of money, you could face a Facebook ban, which is obviously going to destroy a lot because your product will be paused. You will not be able to run ads anymore. So I'm just saying, whatever you run in the healthcare niche, you got to be a little bit careful so that you don't get too much of a Facebook Facebook ban, don't be too over-promising, etc., which we will get into in a second. Another thing with the healthcare niche now, which make the massages, for example, or workout equipment really relevant right now, is that a lot of people are working from home, which could hurt their muscles. They're not really working out too much either because gyms might be closed, which means a lot of people are just sitting like this with their hand in front of their computer the whole day, which creates a lot of bad muscle back hair in the upper back or shoulders, whatever, which just makes people buy massagers all the time. I'm sure massages have been racing a lot on Google Trends lately, and also, you know, fitness from home, workout from home. But since a lot of people work from home, they will experience some muscle difficulties, which leads them to buy a massager that they could use after work or when they're working, which brings me into another niche that I gotta tell you about right now. I just came up with it: home office. Just stuff to upgrade your home office and just make it cooler or easier could be a really good niche now too. It's still in the home niche, that could be just people upgrading your office, getting a nice arm stand when they're using their computer, for example. I'm just saying upgrading your home office could be a really good niche to be in right now. And also the workout niche, since everything is closed, people start working out from home. Last time I saw my parents, they also bought some home fitness equipment. So they've been stretching at home, they've been working out a little bit at home. You got to keep your body going a little bit while you're locked inside. I know you could obviously go for a run outside, but a lot of people tend to invest into home workout products. What you should do is to not sell too generic home workout products. So you got to find something new, but on the other hand, it is an evergreen niche, so there will always be some products that can still be relevant over and over again. Just do it better than your competitor. The next niche is tools. You'd be super surprised if you were to see how many people that are going out of their way to buy tools. It's been one of the niches where I made most of my money in, at least in my earlier stages of dropshipping. I was making a lot of money in the tool niche. It's still super relevant, and the cool thing about tool niche is that some companies could buy, you know, a lot of it. They could buy 10 samples of a product because it is for a company, while you could also target people that's just renovating their home. They're just upgrading their home by themselves, and it's pretty easy of a task, but they need just some small tools that make it a little bit easier. So the tool niche is super good. It's kind of like home improvement too, to a certain degree, unless you're selling, for example, woodworking product. And a good thing about the tool niche is it's really easy to target. Facebook has a lot of good interest if you were to put it on Facebook though, but a good interest could be things such as handicraft, handyman, construction. You could have woodworking, carpentry, and easier home, modern architecture. There's just so many good interests that you could target on a home improvement or tools type of product that just makes this niche really good. Here on screen you see a bracelet. It was a super relevant product 2 years ago where you could just have a bunch of tools in a bracelet, which is a really good tool product, just to give you an understanding of how a good tool product could look. The course is also on sale right now. Just saying. And believe it or not, the tool niche is said by multiple articles that I've been reading lately to be one of the best niches. Usually when I search best dropshipping niches, which I don't really do for my own improvement, I kind of found my field now in the niches that I like to be in. It's healthcare, it's home, but it's said to be the #1 best niche to dropship now a lot of places. So the sources say it's the best, so maybe that means something. I mean, you could get into it. It's a really good niche, and it's pretty easy too. Another good thing about the tool niche is the profit margin can be really high. The 6th niche is home improvement. As I said, it's not in a particular order here, but since a lot of people are home, they want to upgrade their home. But in general, it's just smart to have a more modern home, a more easier to use home. We know a lot of people have products now that you can just talk to and they will close the window, or just talk to and they will start playing music. But a lot of people want to go the modern route now and just upgrade their home. And it's always been a nice niche, home improvement. And when I'm in home improvement, I'm talking more about products that you could use yourself. I'm not talking about hiring someone to improve your home. I'm just talking about smart products that could just make your home a little bit easier, and it's super easy to set up. It could be things such as the furniture mover, which is a super smart and a classic example of a problem solving product, which is just home improvement, or a tool kind of too, which just makes it way easier to move things around your home. It just makes your home a little bit easier to deal with. So the home improvement niche is a really good niche to be in. I love this niche, but you'll find a lot of weird products in it, that's for sure. So you might be researching the niche for hours until you hit something good, but there's definitely going to be some golden products in there that's just going to make a lot of money, but you will see a lot of weird stuff. And this is the part of the video where you should press the thumbs up, just click a like, and also subscribe. I'd be so thankful. Number 7 is skincare. Skincare is super risky right now. You might run into a lot of problems with Facebook, but there are a couple of ways that you can get around this, so you won't really be banned too much in the skincare niche. It's always been one of the best niches. If you guys saw me back in January last year, I was really big into the skincare niche. I pulled a 72% net profit margin in that niche because I was able to buy something so cheap, but I was selling confidence, so people would go out of their way to get it. So that's one one really good thing about the skincare niche, you could be selling confidence to people who don't really feel confident in their own skin. They probably feel like they're a little bit uglier than their friends when they're outside, for example, and you could be the guy who solves that problem with a unique product and just sell confidence in general. There's just so many cool things you can do there. You could remove acne, which is pretty generic, so I would go another path. You could remove moles, which was a product that I was selling like crazy, but it's just a super good niche. The only problem you will have is that you will be banned on Facebook eventually if you scale this niche the wrong way. So one thing that is important, which makes the skincare niche a little bit hard now, is that you cannot show before and after picture, you cannot show too much skin, and you can't show stuff that seems over-promising. And this might not even be you over-promising anything, but the product could seem over-promising even though you say no guarantees. So when you can't even make a promise, you can't show skin, and you also can't show before and after picture, it's really hard to make a good video to market a skincare product. But if you're able to pull it off in some way where you could describe the product without showing anything that seems to be over-promising, it's a really good niche. But you just need to find a really smart path around it so that you don't mess too much around with Facebook, so they'll get angry at you. So just be really careful in the skincare niche, but it is probably the best niche to be in right now too. And I gotta say, it's a competitive niche. Here's an example of my mole remover that I sold like crazy. So the last niche, number 8, it was actually 8. I thought it was going to be 7. It's the sports and entertainment niche. Once again, people are at home all the time. They need to have some gatherings to some degree where they could just play sports or just do cool stuff at home, like entertainment-based stuff. It could be games, it could be sport, it could be whatever. But it also just has so many cool products like these LED drumsticks. It doesn't have too much to do with sports, but it's more like entertainment. So it's a niche where you will see a lot of weird stuff, a lot of repetitive stuff. There is some golden nuggets there of just like super cool, super unique products that just are really entertaining. Honestly, if you can entertain someone, they're gonna buy like crazy. So I'd say the entertainment niche, which is not really a niche on Ali, will be more like sports and entertainment. But if you can entertain someone with a product, that could be one of the best products you ever found. So trying to find something that is entertaining more than just solving a product, because solving a product could be boring. So just try to be unique, have that wow factor. There's also so many cool products and gadgets in this niche in general. So that's it for today's video. I hope you smash a like and that you subscribe. There's also some resources down in the description if you want to join my Facebook group or get in the course. It could be whatever, so you could check that out. And here's my Instagram if you want to follow me. And I really appreciate you guys and all the support. This video was a little bit weird for me to make, but I feel like it was a good one. You can learn a lot here. So I'll see you in the next video.